Yes, guys, good morning. How you doing? It's Kenny Finds and Flips. I hope you're keeping well. Today is the day, the Stirling meetup. We went last year, it was great. This year, hopefully it's going to be good as well. I'm sure it will be. So, plan of action, 7 a.m. Need to go to the unit, need to package some orders. And then there's a charity shop lock-in, Mark's arranged. It's pretty cool. You get to go in the back rooms, get to go look around and stuff like that. So, that's at 10, so we have plenty of time. Plenty of time. And then some drinking, some food. I'm not going to film the sort of pub and stuff because I don't think A, you'll want to see that, or B, people that are sitting drinking definitely don't want to get filmed. And then because we're sort of a bit further north, depending on how we feel tomorrow, going to go to Errol, the car boot sale. And then we'll film that and we'll see how we get on there as well. If I'm feeling a bit rough, I might go to Falkirk instead, which is closer to home, and just sort of make my way home. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, plan for today, as I say, is the charity shop walk-in, so that should be pretty cool. And because I've got the Meta spy glasses now, you'll get to see that as well. So I'll see you in a second. Right, so first of all, we need to pick up a package from the impulse locker. Which one's it going to be in here? Ideal. Wonder what it is. Little wee Ralph Lauren fleece. Just quickly wanted to interrupt this video again, second video in a row. Just wanted to say a massive thank you. Obviously, the eBay awards, the voting's now closed, but anyone that did vote, I just want to say a massive thank you. And if you didn't vote, thank you anyway, just for watching this video. So I don't think we find out till October, so fingers crossed. Don't know if we have much of a chance, to be fair, but fingers crossed. I've been working really hard at this over the last 3 years and try to grow the business, so it's good to just get a little bit of recognition and be nominated for the award, full stop, because there's some good businesses in the category that I was in. So yeah, fingers crossed I do win, obviously, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if I didn't. But yeah, anyway, again, thank you so much if you did vote. Right, so just at the unit now, so we've been running the last few days a 30% off sale on eBay, and stuff's been flying, but it's quite low value, obviously, because it's 30% off, so stuff's going quite cheap, which is good, because a lot of the stuff that's just been kicking about for ages. Anyway, first off the bat, this Stussy t-shirt, it went for £17. So yeah, Stussy t-shirt for £17. You can see my problem here. A Galvin green Gore-Tex jacket, I think it was like £25 or something like that. Again, very cheap. See, you can tell this stuff's been kicking about for ages because it's not in like a plastic bag. Like a few months back, maybe like 5 months back, I made the decision I'm going to put everything in plastic bags. So anything that's not in plastic bags is old stock. So what I mean about the plastic bag, so this was a Barber jacket, it sold for £20. Again, stuff's just going far too cheap, but getting stuff going and I'm getting money back in, stuff that's just lying. Pair of Tommy Hilfiger jeans, can't remember exactly how much these went for. Wrangler shirt, XL, out of the vintage wholesale supply bundle. This one actually went on Vinted, I think, so it's like £9. The cost against like £2. Same again, vintage wholesale supply bundle, 2 shirts, a Wrangler shirt and a Tommy Hilfiger shirt. Don't really remember the price on these, if I'm honest. I think this one's a tenner and this one's like £9. Ralph Lauren jeans, I think they were like £18 or something like that. Again, far too cheap, but yeah, gone money. Flannel shirt by the brand's Legendary Whitetails. Can't remember the exact price on this, but this came out of the vintage wholesale bundle, so only £1 or £2 cost of goods. Pair of Panda Dunks, they went on Depop, and a Kenzo jumper that I just picked up this weekend past actually. I think it went full price, it's like £20 or something like that, £21. A Ralph Lauren jumper with a big pony on it, again quite cheap, only made a couple of pounds profit for that. A lot of this stuff, because the 30% off, I'm not making too much profit on it, but I'm not making a loss on anything, which is great. And last but not least, some very kind gentlemen on Vinted bought 8 things off me, so all very similar, to be fair. We've got a Wrangler shirt in a 2XL, we've got a Tommy Hilfiger shirt in an XL, another Tommy Hilfiger shirt, another Wrangler shirt, another Wrangler shirt, a pair of Gant shorts, a pair of Kraghopper walking trousers, and finally a Levi's shirt, one of the Western ones. So yeah, I was quite happy with that, to be fair. I don't think anyone's ever bought that amount of stuff off me at once on Vinted, because it was just low value stuff. It didn't actually come to much, it was like £80 or something. But that's 8 things at once out the door, which is obviously quite good. Anyway, after that I'm shattered. That's a full day's work, and now I need to drive to Stirling and get drunk. Yay! Right, so we're just arrived at the charity shop 40 minutes early. So I'm just sitting in the car park by myself doing a bit of Vinted sniping. But like in the car park you can see like into the charity shop, and there's like rails and rails of clothes. So I'm sort of eyeing up what I want. I think there's a football top there. I think it's a Chelsea top. Could be wrong. But yeah, quite excited for this. Backroom of a charity shop. We'll see. You'll see. So I'm back at home. It's now Sunday. Spoiler alert, didn't go to the boot sale. It was a little bit rough this morning. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon now. Yeah, so really good getting into the back room of a charity shop. Just free reign to sort of explore. Thank you to Mark for arranging the meetup. Yeah, great night. Drank too many shots thanks to Andrew Money Mental. However, did get to experience him having a deep fried Mars bar for the first time, which I'm going to put at the end of the video. Yeah, so haul time, I guess. So from the charity shop, lock-in, we spent about £40. And then there was another reseller that sort of winding down. He was selling off some of his stuff at £1 each. Bought 9 items with him, I just gave him a tenner, but spent 9 items. And then went charity shopping around Stirling as well. But only actually picked up one thing, a pair of night trousers, which were £4.49. So yeah, charity shops themselves weren't great, like the actual ones in the main street, but then the Salvation Army was good. So I suppose we'll start with what I got off the other reseller. This one's just for the personal. I like to collect Liverpool gear because I'm a Liverpool fan, but yeah, Liverpool shirt. That was £1. Well, everything was £1, as I say. Fred Perry polo shirt, still has the charity shop tags on it, so you must not have gotten around to listing that, which is quite funny. Another Liverpool top. This is a score draw, so you know, one of those remakes. So again, for the personal. Pair of Rohans. South Park tie, vintage South Park tie. Pair of Gant chinos. Again, £1. A little bit more than £1 since I gave him a tenner. Lacoste shirt, blue striped. Hugo Boss trousers. last but not least, Scotch and Soda jeans. I don't know how these do, to be honest, but I just thought I'd give it a gamble for £1. So yeah, that was alright. But the main bit, obviously, is what we got at the charity shop. Walk in. So everything was half price. She was very kind. So all in all the resellers that were there spent about £600, which is quite good. So for a couple hours work, making £600, I think they've done all right. So a North Face gilet. It says sold as seen on it, but I couldn't see any issues with it, so I don't really know what the problem is. But yeah, £15, so that was half price, so £7.50 I spent on that one. A pair of Diesel Larkies. These were 20, so I spent a tenner on them, so maybe paid a bit up, but the Larkies sell well. Another pair of Rohans, so they were £5 on the tag, so £2.50 these would have cost. A Tommy Hilfiger corduroy shirt, brand new with tags, £15 on the tag, so £7.50 that would have been. Pair of Nike Golf Storm Fits, £6, so these would have been £3. Now the Storm Fits, they're more desirable than the dry fits. If you're selling golf gear, they go for a little bit more money than the dry fits. Fat Face Wax Jacket, £12 on the tag, so this was £6. They go for about £24. What's this? Oh, another pair of Rohans again, a £5, so £2.50. Another pair of Rohans. These were £4 for some reason, so they were £2 I spent on them. And last but not least, a Fred Perry jumper, which was £5, so that would have been £2.50. So yeah, decent. I mean, I wasn't there for stock, you know what I mean. That was an added bonus. I was there to meet everyone, see everyone. So yeah, it was fun. So here's for next year. If you want to come next year, you're more than welcome to. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, I am far too hungover to be sitting talking to a camera, so I'm going to go back to bed for the rest of the weekend. But I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
Okay, we've got here apparently a deep fried Mars bar, which Kelly tells me you should only drink. Oh my god, look at it! There's so much grease there on the bottom. Right. Oh my god.
Oh
my god, that is amazing.
Fucking fantastic, isn't it?
I can see why people do this. That is amazing. The chocolate feels so good.